Erling Haaland's fitness, that's a concern. Marco Rosa's got some injury problems and had some injury problems. Some players coming back. Are they back in time? We know Nagelsmann hasn't got a full squad, but we also know that the last 5 games, Bayern Munich have won them all. And we also know they've lost, 2 or 3 out of the last 5, something like that. Borussia Dortmund, including the Champions League game a few days ago, where they were dominated by Ajax. A big game. So I say so early in the season, but obviously before Christmas. It's such a big game because Dortmund are still in there. You know, they're still neck and neck with Bayern, and they're the only team that looks anywhere capable. Leverkusen have been in the goals and they look bright to start with, but they've fallen off the pace. And so there is only one team at this moment that's going to potentially trouble Bayern, and it's Borussia Dortmund.
And is there a feeling, because of what Craig's saying there, Archie, about the absences, particularly in the Bayern Munich side, that maybe gives Dortmund a bit more of a chance this time around?
It's not just the absences, it's also what's been going on in the background. The whole sideshow here, what went on at the club's annual general meeting last week, and the whole furore over the Qatar Airways sponsorship, but also the Ballon d'Or, Robert Lewandowski not receiving it. And then added to that, Joshua Kimmich coming down with COVID, having not been vaccinated. All of these other topics have kind of snowballed into Bayern having to field questions about other things other than football. And you've seen it also in the performances recently. The 2-1 defeat to Augsburg sticks out, but also against Freiburg, against Arminia Bielefeld, against Dynamo Kiev. They won those games, but they weren't all that convincing. Now, the last time First played second in the Bundesliga, Bayern were 5-0 up inside 40 minutes. I don't think that's going to happen tomorrow. But Dortmund have a real point to prove because they've lost their last 6 competitive meetings even against Bayern. And it's difficult to really pick out an identity that Marco Rosa has imprinted onto this side. They have become more consistent in the way that they play, but at the same time, they've not really hit the same heights that they used to. Maybe it's a healthier long-term approach, but they appear very reliant on Erling Haaland. They need to win this to keep hopes of a title race alive, but also particularly after their disappointment in the Champions League.
But again, they're not. You know, they want. I go back to this. The basis for Dortmund to put any kind of challenge over the course of the season, and this might sound strange, isn't so much Erling Haaland and the Gio Reynos, who's been now injured, and the Marco Reus. These are all. That will happen for them, I would imagine. It's the other end. Continues to be the other end. They haven't hardly kept a clean sheet. Even if it's just 1 goal, it doesn't matter. Most of these big teams, and Bayern have been pretty similar, it has to say, but they've got a track record. Most of these big teams, whatever league you look at, big leagues in Europe, the sides, you know, let's take the Premier League. City, Liverpool have defensively been a little iffy, but City and Chelsea prided themselves, strong back fours. That's first and foremost is what Dortmund have to solve if they're going to go all the way through to the end of the season. Just scoring goals isn't going to get you through all the way to the end of the season and challenge Bayern. It has to be at some point. They're going to have to make sure that, and I know they've had injuries, and I know they've got players coming back, but they've got to have to make that more solid long term. Otherwise, he's going to go the same way as almost every other Borussia Dortmund coach over the long term.
What's your prediction then, Archie, for this one tomorrow?
I'm going to plant myself on the fence and go 2-2.
2-2. Would you care to get off the fence on this one, Craig?
All right, just because I want to see. I don't think Bayern, as Archie said, have been convincing either. I'm going to go for the first time, and Archie said it's 6. I only went back 5 games in my. I'm going to go for a Dortmund win.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.